Automationedge is building delightful workplace experiences. You can quickly map your business or IT processes to Automationedge workflows with its innumerable pre-built actions or steps. We are into a series of videos for cloud cost control for Amazon EC2. In the introductory video, we saw that monitoring is an important aspect of cost control. In this video, I will display an Amazon EC2 monitoring automation workflow to get unassociated elastic IPs. It can be helpful to make decisions about optimization, such as releasing elastic IPs. First, let us discuss the scope of the automation workflow I have built. In the workflow, I first get all the regions in my EC2 account. I then fetch all the elastic IPs and I output the fields for allocation ID, association ID, and public IP. I have then applied a filter for association ID null so that I can fetch all the elastic IPs with association ID null. And I save the information, region, allocation, and public ID in an output Excel file. This is the flow I have captured in my workflow. You can design the workflow as per your monitoring requirements, such as you can apply different filters where you can fetch all the elastic IPs or put conditional filters using values for allocation ID, association ID, or public ID. Now let me show you the workflow in Process Studio. I'm in Process Studio. I have opened the workflow to get unassociated elastic IPs. It contains two parent-child workflows. On the canvas, you can see the parent workflow. In this workflow, I fetch all the regions in my EC2 account. Next, I call a child workflow. Let us open the child workflow. In the child workflow, for each region, I fetch all the elastic IPs. I use the ready action get elastic IPs, as you can see on the left navigator pane. In the get elastic IPs step, you can configure output fields. In this case, I have configured allocation ID, public IP, and association ID as output fields. You can also select from the other properties of elastic IP. Next, I have applied a filter condition. I have applied a filter condition where the association ID is null. You can apply different filter conditions based on your requirements. And finally, I store the region, public IP, and allocation ID in an output Excel file. This completes the description of the Process Studio workflow. I have published the workflow on the Automationedge server. Now for a demo, let us go to the Automationedge UI portal and execute the workflow. Log into Automationedge, navigate to the catalog menu, search for your request to get unassociated elastic IPs. Click on the request. For this request, the credentials are stored as configuration parameters and there are no runtime parameters. Submit the request, note the request ID. Now let us go to the requests menu. You can see that execution has started. Let us wait for execution to complete. You can refresh the table and the execution is complete. The request has generated an output file, unassociated IP addresses. Let us download the file. Let me open the file. In the file, you can see that it has listed the allocated IP, which is not associated with any instance or network interface. So this completes the demo on the Automationedge UI. Let us recap. This was a video in the Cloud Cost Control for Amazon EC2 series. In this video, we discussed a workflow for monitoring EC2. We saw the workflow to get unassociated elastic IPs. You can jumpstart your digital transformation journey with Automationedge. You can use the Automationedge platform effectively for Amazon EC2 Cloud Cost Control.